Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Wenatchee man is facing multiple charges after allegedly driving a passenger car into the side of a house near the intersection of Canyon Crest Drive and Western Avenue. A Douglas County murder suspect had his first court appearance last week after the Washington Supreme Court ruled a police search of his home was lawful. Hazy and hot over the next 2 days, and then sunny and even hotter by this weekend. A 21-year-old man is believed to have died after jumping from a cliff into the Columbia River. Rescuers have been unable to find the body of the young man who reportedly leaped into the river on the July 4th near Spanish Castle and Crescent Bar and then did not emerge from the water. The incident was reported about 8:15 last night, and multiple agencies responded, including the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department with deep water dive equipment. Fire department swimmers searched the water down to 40 feet with no results after about 3 hours. The missing man has not yet been identified. Two hikers who got stuck in the Chelan Gorge were helped out by a multi-agency rope rescue on Saturday. Chelan Fire Chief Brandon Asher said while hiking the gorge, the two tried to climb the cliff face to the top and then became stuck on the rocks at about 3:50 p.m. One of the hikers suffered a 20-foot fall and injured her leg during the attempt. Chelan Fire and Rescue and the Regional High-Angle Rescue Team were able to help one hiker climb free and remove the injured woman on a litter. Rescue agencies say hiking and climbing in the Chelan Gorge is never a good idea. A Wenatchee man is facing multiple charges after allegedly driving a passenger car into the side of a house near the intersection of Canyon Crest Drive and Western Avenue. Police say 24-year-old Nicholas Robert Jones was headed east in a 1998 Mazda 626 about 6 a.m. on Tuesday when he veered off the road and crashed over the sidewalk, through a fenced yard, and into the rear of the home. Jones then allegedly ran from the scene and was later arrested at his home. Police say he was driving on a suspended license. He's now been cited on charges of DUI and hit and run. The man accused of killing 2 women and wounding 3 other people outside the Gorge Amphitheater last month has pleaded not guilty in the incident. 26-year-old James M. Kelly appeared this morning in Grant County Superior Court, entering not guilty pleas to counts of first-degree murder and assault. Authorities say Kelly shot and killed Brandy Escamilla and Jocelyn Ruiz in a campground outside the weekend-long Beyond Wonderland Festival. He then allegedly began firing on 2 bystanders with a handgun, as well as severely wounding the 20-year-old woman who accompanied him to the concert. Kelly remains held in the Grant County Jail and could face trial as early as August. When we come back, Wenatchee Valley Fire Chief Brian Brett says it was a busy 4th of July for his agency, with 6 brush fires caused by fireworks around Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. New data from 11 Planned Parenthood clinics in central and eastern Washington show a large increase in out-of-state abortion patients. And the Wenatchee area's former congressman is filed to run as a Republican candidate for Washington governor. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi everybody, Dan Coates alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
Way swung on a fly ball. Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us Monday, July 17th as the Apple Sox host the Bend Elks. Coverage is brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Mary Maids, Many Blinds and more, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. Your television home for Apple Sox baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.
A Douglas County murder suspect had his first court appearance last week after the Washington Supreme Court ruled a police search of his home was lawful. Ului Teolilo was charged with the murder of his wife Peggy 4 years ago, but has yet to go to trial amid multiple appeals. Early last month, the Supreme Court threw out his argument that sheriff's deputies improperly entered his home when they found Peggy's body in July of 2018. In Waterville Superior Court on Tuesday, Teolilo's lawyers indicated they might ask the Supreme Court to reconsider its opinion. A judge is due to schedule Teolilo's trial date at the end of this month. Wenatchee Valley Fire Chief Brian Brett says it was a busy 4th of July for his agency with 6 brush fires caused by fireworks around Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. All were reported in residential areas after fireworks sparked dry vegetation nearby, including this one in the 800 block of North Baker Avenue in East Wenatchee. Structures were threatened in 3 instances, but none were damaged. Fireworks were also named as the culprit in 6 small wildfires in southwestern Washington over the weekend prior to the 4th. New data from 11 Planned Parenthood clinics in central and eastern Washington show an increase in out-of-state abortion patients. The report, which was released by Senator Maria Cantwell before the 1-year anniversary of the Dobbs decision that overturned Roe v. Wade, compared data from January through May of 2023 to the same time period in 2022. The data showed a 56% increase in abortion patients from Idaho in that time period, with the Kennewick Clinic growing from 2 patients from Idaho to 91, creating over a 4,000% increase. The Planned Parenthood Clinic in Walla Walla also saw a significant increase, growing from 1 patient to 20 patients from Idaho. Overall, all out-of-state abortions grew 36% in the first 5 months of 2023 compared to the same months in 2022. The Wenatchee area's former congressman is filed to run as a Republican candidate for Washington governor. Dave Reichert was the 8th District Congress member for 14 years. Before that, he served as King County Sheriff. The 72-year-old Reichert filed paperwork on Friday with the state's election campaign office to run for the governor's seat, being left by Jay Inslee. He's one of 20 declared candidates to run for the office when it goes to the ballot in 2024. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, ballots for the August primary election go out at the end of next week, and 3 candidates for Wenatchee's mayor want your vote. Hazy and hot the next couple of days, and then even hotter this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
The leadership of the city of Wenatchee is up for grabs, and a few other cities around North Central Washington as well. NCWLIFE has you covered with interviews and profiles of the primary candidates running for mayor. Find out about the people and issues that could influence your city over the next 4 years and beyond. You can find those interviews right here each day this week, 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, as well as on our website, NCWLIFE.com. The NCWLIFE channel, helping you choose your future.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run cameras so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's the Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera.
In tonight's feature story, ballots for the August primary election go out at the end of next week, and 3 candidates for Wenatchee Mayor want your vote. NCWLIFE News is airing interviews with those candidates all this week. In tonight's excerpt, News Director Jefferson Robbins asked each of the 3 men to introduce himself to the voters.
My name is James McLaughlin. I'm originally from Ireland. I moved over here 13 years ago. I have 3 kids, and yes, I'm very proud to call this valley, this city, my home.
James, what's your line of work?
I am a builder, a general contractor. I've worked with the North Central Washington Builders Association. I'm actually a member, and I have spent the last 10 years to actually educate by actually working with folks and showing them that this is actually an honorable profession. A lot of people, when they think of builders and general contractors, they think of it's bad experiences, and I've worked tirelessly to change people's attitudes. I have worked with dignitaries. I had the honor to work for the President of Ireland on his personal residence. I've worked with Harriet Bullitt, and I've worked with a broad spectrum of people, and it's really helped me with negotiation, with communication, and I've learned from all the tricks that these super successful people have.
I'm a Wenatchee native, so I've been here a couple of years, and currently I was retired from the banking industry back in 2009, and then I started my own company's Proactive Business Solutions, and then about 5 years after that, Proactive Real Estate. And so currently, I started a mini storage on Maple Street Mini Storage. So I run those businesses out of my offices there. And I was on the city council back 2012 to 2016. Really enjoyed that time, getting to know the inside of city operations. And since I ran for mayor in 2016, and lost to the incumbent, darn it. When I did get off the council, one of the organizations I started was the One Wenatchee group, and that's been Good Samaritans working for the public safety of the community. And we've done different projects. We've worked with the state on the George Seller Bridge safety issue there for pedestrians. We've worked with Chelan County PUD on keeping the bollards painted on the loop trail.
Well, first of all, I'm a family person. Grew up in Wenatchee and go off to college, East Washington University, and then come back. My wife and I, my wife has, we decided where did we want to raise our children, and we both always loved this community. I have 3 daughters. All 3 live in Wenatchee. 2 are special ed teachers in our school system here, and they're all over the age of 28. So this is the right timing for me. I was involved president of the Hospitality House, and I was a retired senior volunteer program in their organization, and this is all in the 90s and then 2000. I've been on the Tourism Promotion Area Board. Besides being on the City of Wenatchee, which is one of the boards they have, I was on it prior to that, and Lodging Tax Service. So it's been, again, it's something that I believe is inherent, that you need to do this to give back to the community, and it's just the right timing. I prepared 4 years ago. Mayor Kuntz put me on a couple, like Chelan Transportation Council. He knew that this was my aspirations. He knew that it was the right thing for me and my family to go forward. So he put me on some boards with all the other mayors in the region, and that's really been beneficial.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic 4th of July yesterday. Boy, weather was sure nice, wasn't it? Fantastic fireworks show last night at Walla Walla Point Park. And boy, it got warm out there once again today. This is a shot from our Local-Tel Sky-Fi camera up in Badger Mountain, looking back down at the Wenatchee Valley. We did have some clouds and a little bit of that wildfire haze from British Columbia out there today, but still got plenty warm, and we are going to get even warmer. We're going to have to deal with maybe a little bit more haze as we get you into Thursday, but then by Friday and into the weekend, thunderstorms, not so much a possibility for the Wenatchee area, mainly in the east slopes and also into the Cascades the next couple of days. But we're talking highs between 86 and 98 Saturday. 88 to 98 on Saturday, and look what happens on Sunday and Monday. We are looking at temperatures anywhere between 90 and 100 degrees, and we'll get more specific on that here coming up. And it got warm today, as we mentioned, 93 degrees, our unofficial high temperature. 85 is our normal high for this time of year. Record high 103, and that was set back in 1968. We started off on the mild side this morning too at 64 degrees, and that's above where we should be at 59. 45 is our record low, and that was set in 1994. 5:11 our sunrise this morning, and the sun sets tonight straight up 9 o'clock. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect as we get into Thursday, and we talked about a slow warm-up. Tomorrow will be another one of those days we get just a few degrees warmer than today. 96s for Moses Lake and Ephrata. 95 degrees for the high temperature in Quincy, 95 as well in Wenatchee, Chelan, as well as up into Omak. And then our higher elevations, Cashmere, Leavenworth, just slightly cooler. Look at that high in Leavenworth tomorrow, a pretty hot 93 degrees. All right, taking a look at what we can expect tonight. Hi, let's take a look at the big picture, weather picture first. We talked about this last week. Here we are right here, the Pacific Northwest. High pressure off the coast. There is an area of low pressure between the two highs, but boy, that high is certainly going to win out over the next 4 or 5 days. So cleared skies tonight, other than a little bit of that haze out there. It will be warm overnight tonight. We're talking lows somewhere near 70 degrees for us. For Thursday, more of that haze. You can see the gray area right through central Washington. Going to be hot once again, as we talked about, with generally highs tomorrow in those mid-90s. And then as we get into the end of the week on Friday, a little more haze. Not as bad, I think, as we'll probably see tomorrow. Gonna be even a little bit warmer on Friday with highs generally in the mid-90s, and we're talking hot temperatures all over the western United States to end the week. And then by this weekend, our high pressure ridge intensifies. There's a peak at that low. It will begin to move in, but not before we see highs again on Saturday, mid, maybe even upper 90s for many locations in our viewing area. To end the weekend, then on Sunday, sunny and even a little bit hotter. We will see highs in the mid to upper 90s and a lot of 100-degree readings down at the Tri-Cities. Monday, sunny, a little bit breezy on Monday. Low pressure to our east, high pressure to our west. And that'll kick up that breeze a little bit Monday, but boy, we're going to need it. High temperatures again into those mid-90s to kick off our next work week. And then by Tuesday, things begin to change a little bit out in the Pacific. There's that low as it creeps in and brings some clouds into western Washington. We'll see some breezy conditions again on Tuesday, slightly cooler too, with high temperatures by the end of our forecast, so you can call it cooler, down into the low 90s. Taking a look at 7-day forecast, 68 overnight tonight, 95 with some of that haze both Thursday and Friday, and boy, it is going to be hot, mid-90s both days. Getting you into the weekend, sunny and hot on Saturday and 95. It looks like Sunday, at least now, will be our warmest day with a high temperature of 97, and we're going to stay hot next week. Sunshine Monday and Tuesday, breezy both days with highs in the low to mid-90s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till September, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro?
Get never before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
On Frontage Road.
Logan Gilbert looked really good. He struck out 7. He pitched a 5-hit gem, his first career complete game. Big Mike Ford homered during a really good game as well. And by the way, A.J. Pollock out of a late 2-run home run. And yesterday on the 4th of July, the Mariners shut out the Giants. The final was 6-0. Seattle's 4-game winning streak matches their best of the year. They haven't won 4 in a row since they swept Oakland back in May.
For Keaton here. Here's the pitch to Crawford, swinging a fly ball deep into right field. Peterson going back to the warning track to the wall, leaps up and it's off the brick wall. JP to second, up with the ball. The center fielder Yastrzemski gets to it, throws it in, and on its second base, standing up with a double, goes JP Crawford, a leadoff extra base hit. The wind helped out. It's blown out to right field, and it blew it beyond the reach of Jock Peterson.
That's a great way to get things going for the M's.
And now here's Julio with a chance to drive in a run right away. Here's the stretch and the next offer to Julio. Swinging a ground ball, third base line. Sliding backhanded, stopped by Davis. Long throw to first, and it's not in time. Julio is safe at first. J.P. Crawford heads up base running. Took off for third when he saw Davis make the long throw to first base. And it's low and late to get Julio. And now the Mariners have runners at first and third with nobody out. That's going to be an infield base hit for Julio, but a heck of a play by Davis to get to that ball. Here's Jared Kelenic. And right away, the Mariners have a chance to get to win. Now the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Kelenic. Swinging a ground ball back up the middle. Diving stop to second baseman. Schmidt flips it over to the shortstop Crawford. The throw to first, not in time. They get the out at second on Julio. Kelenic is safe at first base. J.P. Crawford will score from third. And the Mariners have an early 1-0 lead here in the first.
Fouts. 2 up and 2 down. Here is Sable. 3 pitch. 3 out inning. It is the only thing more immaculate than the immaculate inning. It's the incredible inning. Logan Gilbert.
What a bottom of the second for Logan Gilbert. 1, 2, 3 on just 3 pitches. How about that?
He was on base 3 out of 4 times, 2 hits and a walk. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored today.
There's a drive deep to right. Look at this thing go. It is gone. Mike Ford, happy birthday, big fella. Mariners have a 3-0 lead. His 7th home run, 13th RBI, and he's 2 for 2 today. Way to celebrate the 4th of July. So this is a birthday that he'll remember for a long time.
What an afternoon for Mike Ford, and what a night for Mike Ford last night, and what a few weeks for Mike Ford since coming
At the corners, 2 away here in the 6th inning. And here's Julio. He had a single in the 1st inning. Chance to do damage.
Inside out, Skimmer into right field. It picks up a run for the Mariners. Pollock scores some 2-out run production as Julio drives in the Mariners' 4th run of the ball game.
Base hits by Pollock, Crawford, and now a key base hit by Julio Rodriguez. You always have to add on, and it paid off for the Mariners with 4 runs in the top half of the 9th inning last night.
We go to the 8th. Mariners leading. It's 4-0.
So here's Pollock, nobody out, runner at first. Mariners already leading 4-0. Top of the order due up next.
High drive deep left field. That ball got hammered, gone. A.J. Pollock, 2-run homer. Mariner lead now 6-0. Home run number 5. RBIs 14 and 15. Back-to-back plate appearances by A.J. The base knock. He got a single in the 6th and a home run here, and he was behind in the count.
Number 5 for A.J. Pollock out to the bleachers in left center field. 2 mighty big runs are in for the Mariners here in the top of the 8th inning, adding on. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Mariners 6. And the Giants nothing, and the big man is going out to the mound for a complete game. Logan Gilbert heading to the mound. Mariners have had 151 complete game shutouts since 1977. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Logan strikes out J.D. Davis, and there's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Strikeout number 6 for Logan on the afternoon. He's retired the last 9 batters in a row. He has retired 25 of 30 hitters he's faced today. And now Logan Gilbert is just 1 out away from his first ever complete game shutout. 6-0 Mariners lead.
His 1-2 pitch. He struck him out! Logan Gilbert with a complete game shutout on this Independence Day in San Francisco.
3, 2, 1. Gilbert walked nobody through just 105 pitches, and the Mariners out-hit the Giants 13-5. By the way, Julio Rodriguez and right-hander George Kirby added to the American League All-Star team to replace a couple of injured players. And by the way, we don't know who's pitching tonight. I think it's Kirby. I don't know. Bryce Miller got hurt. They'll play tonight. First pitch at 6:05. As you look at the standings in the American League West, Texas continues to lead the way. Houston Creeping up more and more, the Angels, they got problems. Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout are both injured. The Mariners are back to the 500 mark. And, of course, Oakland is Oakland. Garrett Gorge struck out 11 in 8 shutout innings. The Wenatchee Apple Sox, no problems with Port Angeles last night. The final was 7-0 at Civic Ford. Gorge didn't walk anybody, only allowed 2 hits in his 5th and final start of the season. He's heading back to Gonzaga, so they're going to shut him down for the rest of the year. He also retired the last 18 batters that he faced. Our good buddy Joel Norman has the wrap.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox earned their 4th shutout victory of the season on Tuesday night as they defeated the Port Angeles Lefties by 7-0 score. Garrett Gorge went 8 shutout innings and struck out 11 as the Apple Sox were victorious in their 3rd to last game of the first half. Wenatchee remains a game ahead of the Bellingham Bells for first place and can potentially lock it up here this coming week. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
So the Apple Sox go for their 7th consecutive series victory tonight in Port Angeles. Now here is the standings, and here's the playoff scenario. Wenatchee remains in first place in the North Division. They control their own destiny, and if they win tonight, they are pretty much in, because here's the deal. If Wenatchee and Bellingham end the first half, which ends on Thursday, if they end up with the exact same record, the first tiebreaker in the West Coast League is head-to-head record. Well, the Apple Sox and the Bells haven't played each other. So the next tiebreaker is total runs scored in league play, and the Apple Sox have about a 30-run lead over Bellingham. So essentially, if Wenatchee wins tonight, and unless Bellingham scores like 40 runs, Wenatchee is going to win the West Coast League's North Division first half. They could just simplify everything and just win, in which case it would all be over. And that is sports. Have a great Wednesday. Greetings, television family. Get your day going on Thursday with this program. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. We'll have your latest news, that all-important weather forecast, which is, as Grant already mentioned, pretty July-like. We'll have that for you as well. How did the Mariners do against San Francisco? We'll let you know about that. And did the Apple Sox win the Northern Division First Half Championship? We will know all of that information and everything else you need to get your Thursday going. We're live and local tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, host of Network TV, and I'm looking for you, our next guest, to come on air live at the NCWLIFE studios. We would love to feature your business, organization, or nonprofit and share about the work or innovation happening inside of your organization. It's super easy to come on air. You just need to send us an email. info@ncwtech.org. That's info@ncwtech.org.